I think the only thing that I don't really like about content creating is your videos, and why I try to make my videos to be one-time takes and on the fly and just get them up, is because I don't want to be in the past. Editing and that, like going back to the video and editing it and all that like I used to in 2020, that can take a long time. I remember I tried to perfect my videos. I did some long ones, training and stuff like that. Some of those you have to do pretty good, but for shorts and this sort of business, just regular everyday videos and clips is fine with some words and things. You don't want to be spending your time in the past, and you don't want to be spending your time, um, creating a new job. This isn't supposed to be a job. It's supposed to be a lifestyle business. That means documenting your life, making fun videos, talking about, maybe something important to share, and getting on with the day and living and having free time. And yeah, don't turn this business into a job. You don't want to be doing that. Oops. That's another reason I don't like credit either. You want to keep yourself out of debt because your fuel and your money should be moving you in the now forward. You don't want to be living in your past, paying a past debt, or being indebted. I hate indebtedness also because you're never going to get to move forward, and you're never going to get to move on with your life, or go into your goals or plans because of indebtedness. Indebtedness keeps you into the past also. Like I said, some stuff you have to do, you have no choice but to use credit, like for an investment, a good investment, or reselling something, or things like that. But you gotta weigh all that out. Myself, I hate it. Um, but the other thing I found as a content creator is because of the way I am, I don't want to go repeat old stories. So it's always trying to think of something new. And something I did too was a video diary. So if I have thoughts or ideas, I can't put them together right away. I can just put little pieces together of thoughts I may have that I may want to make a video. And I find a lot of times, even though I have old footage, that's old news. So for me, that's even hard to do sometimes, to go back in the past, unless I tell my brain that I'm doing compiling something together, and it has a purpose of to get to the point of now, because I always want to be in the now, and a vision forward, and use the now to get to the vision forward. um, I find the rest of the world, or maybe not, I don't know, could be wrong about this, but um and I remember the way I used to be is it's like you're always in the past. um you know you're picking up from the day before, or you're troubled by something in the past, or you keep looping in the past, and I just don't want to be looping in the past. So I'm always, I think that was my challenge in 2020 onward, was to always create something new every day, or always learn something new every day, or focus forward. Because I want to be in this moment right now, from this point. What am I doing now? And what am I creating now? What am I making now? What am I thinking now? And living in the now. And not living 10 years from now in the 10-year plan, or 5 years from now, or a year from now, or even tomorrow for that matter. What am I doing right now? And that helps keep you getting things accomplished as well, because you can only act in the now, but you can't act in tomorrow. You can plan for tomorrow, but you can't do anything tomorrow. And it's always now, if that makes sense. So it's like anything. You just look at it always in the now perspective. and then you'll start seeing a difference in things in your life as well. I certainly did, and things were going really good when I was starting to. I think I really got that way um, in probably in 2015. I started really thinking that way, and life was changing a lot. I wasn't sad so much anymore, and I wasn't dwelling on the past mistakes or the past things as much. I mean, I had a few hits since then, on things where I might have had some regrets or wish things were different, or um, yeah, or if only, or what if, or but then from I guess 2018 onward, I even focused more that way. Um, well, the summer of 2017 onward, I had to force myself to do that. Yeah, because I had something occur in my life that really hurt me. like, like probably the biggest pain I've ever experienced in my life. And I just focused on buying property and keeping present and trying not to think about anything other than where the direction I wanted to go. But you do have to face your things. You don't want to carry pain in your heart for too long that you don't even know is there. So there's a lot to all this. But yeah, as far as content creating, it's always like what, and it helps you actually move forward because you're always thinking about what you can do new. And when you're always thinking about new things, new ideas, new things you're making, or new things you want to talk about, then life gets more interesting. When you do everything in the now and on the one takes, I find that you're gonna be more real and sincere because it's just coming out of you naturally. Yeah, if that makes sense. And when you're a content creator too, you start to understand how your day and life is being used, because you're always aware of your time, and you're always thinking about, am I repeating things over and over again? Am I living my life to my fullest? And you start to become more conscious of your everyday life and how you're living and what you're doing. You become more conscious of your surroundings because you want everything to look good in the camera. I mean, you can blur it out like this. I have no reason to actually blur this. I do just to make it better, but like you you always want to uh, keep your settings to look good. It's a good thing actually, because if everything is in order, then your life is easier too. Then it's just doing in the moment, not living in the past, cleaning up past messes. Um, there's a lot of benefits to doing this actually. The only thing I have to, I struggle with is the water and stuff. So going up and bathing and things like that can lead to costing me a lot of time. So sometimes I just deal with looking like this so I can get more done. Yeah, but your days, you start to see how your days are going. You start to see, like, you learn through the camera, you learn through yourself more than you would in any other way. And there's so many benefits to that. Um, and, um, and keeping that video diary, I started that in 2020. I wanted to understand and know myself a little better. So I documented my thoughts like a diary, and I got to see what I actually look like, what I sound like. I didn't know any of that. So, yeah, and to not be conscious in the camera. It's like life is a practice. Life's practicing. You're practicing all the time. And you want to work with people that realize life is a practice, and you make mistakes, or you may not word things properly, or you may catch yourself in triggers on emotions. Um, so I lived alone for a long time. I didn't have to worry about any of those kind of things other than at my job. And a job is a different environment. You're so busy all the time, you don't have time to think about yourself or anything. Um, you're just doing for another entity. So it's a lot easier to not get yourself in any kind of predicaments or situations or things. Yeah, so the camera has taught me a lot. You'll find as you're creating content, you grow a lot very quickly. You start to learn a lot about yourself and a lot about your life and a lot about just how your time is being used and um, what you're doing. And you'll question a lot of things about yourself. It's very, very fascinating. Yeah, the past. Uh, the past is a filing cabinet. It's a cabinet that you keep, I guess, in your brain as a reference tool. That's all that the past should be, a tool, you know. And you have to watch your fears too, because something that may have happened sometime that triggers may not be true, may just be one particular circumstance. That doesn't mean that everything and everyone and whatever will be like your past experience. It's all about deciphering. It's all about not associating emotions with it. You have to get analytical in, yeah, in facts, pure facts, as opposed to, you do have to watch your emotions. Why? You have to ask always questions. Why am I being triggered? And what is this emotion that I'm feeling? And would I have the same emotion if somebody else was saying it, or if I was somewhere else, um, or, to understand your attachment to something, why do I feel this way? And usually it's something to do with attachment or ego. Yeah. You can take yourself to a place of where you could completely abandon everything and be okay. That's where I was at the time in my apartment, and ever since then, I don't attach to anything. Sure, I love things, sure, I want things, sure, I appreciate all the things that I have and things like that. But my attachment to things and people has changed. It doesn't mean I don't love, it just means that, or I don't care about things. It just means I care too much about myself and my peace, I guess you would say, to concern myself about any of these things. And from my experience, yeah, sure, it will cost me some time, but I know myself and I know how I am that I could quickly recover everything within a year or 3 years, if due to any circumstances. So when you know these things, that's where you go back to your filing cabinet reference. You're gonna be okay. Like, it's not the end of the world. The certain things that we get rattled about. We don't need to get rattled, especially about media on the news. When you really think about it, your life is in the proximity of what, as far as your eyes can see. And if you don't see devastation happening where your eyes are looking around, I mean, that everything else shouldn't affect your life detrimentally. And do you have food, clothing, shelter, blah, 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 and your harmony and your environment? If those are all good, then, you should have a great day every day. I mean, it's the mind that creates these illusions, and we have to let go of worries or anxieties that aren't even real, that aren't even true, or thinking about other people. That's another big one. Why are you thinking about other people? You have in your mind that they're all trying to do their best, so why would you concern yourself unless you're directly asked, or or unless it's affecting your life and you need to address something. So then you just go to the person directly and address it and work on these things. Yeah, bringing all this extra baggage and things in from your past and what your brain does, and just get to go to the source and find out, or go to the to hit the problem dead on, and you'll be surprised how it works out so easy, instead of making assumptions, or um, your brain making you crazy or anxious for no reason at all. Yeah, you weigh out all the facts and information, and life gets very good once you start being present in the now, and um, communicating, communicating, even with yourself, especially. Um, be your own best friend. Talk to yourself out loud in your house if you need to. Make those video diaries. Um, have some reality checks. Once I started doing all those things, my life got easier and better all the time. And before I purchase or do anything, I really think about it first before I do it. You gotta weigh things out. Try to restrain yourself from impulses, or the feeling. I do weigh a lot on some feelings, but a lot of times to feel good in a moment is going to put you living in the past. You have to ask yourself, is this worth it to me right now, just to feel happy in the long run? Like, if I do this, can I do this? Can I afford to do this? Can my time afford to do this? And if I project into the future, knowing the facts, the facts and the information that I know, um, how am I going to feel a month from now, based on this decision I'm going to make right now, or even next week, or a year from now? If you can learn to think that way, some things you have no choice in, but the things you have choices in, really weigh them out. You'll find that you'll be happier in the long run. So I was contemplating coloring my hair today, but I don't think that's going to be an option. It's so cold. I would hate to get stuck with that stuff in my hair. But I was thinking about content creating too, and imagery. Okay, so that's great. It is important, and people go by first impressions on appearances too. And but I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff, I've been thinking, I don't want to have to deal with eyebrows that look like, I don't know, glued on rubber strips or something. I just think, when you're on camera, all you have to do is think about, you know, your life in reality. Like how you would be in front of everyday people that saw you every day. They're not always going to catch you on the best day. I mean, you could come out of the bath. You could, answer the door in your house coat, or get caught in the rain. Don't worry about that stuff. I mean, just, just be yourself. I think that's really important, because you want to make connections with people, real people. And I always think, when I'm making friends, and I have and I think about energy and my nervous system and all that stuff, I would want to be with people that I could really relate with and really connect with, on a deep level, all appearances aside. So, I mean, like, think about it. What if you were trapped on an island? Who would you want to be on the island? Somebody you could tolerate more than any person on the planet. If you had to pick a group of people, you'd want those people to know you, like all your flaws and all your imperfections, your strengths and your weaknesses, and not trying to impress anybody or what they can do for you. So if the island situation is like, you know, you wouldn't have makeup and clothing or whatever. With the video diaries too, I remember I had to like strip right down. I had to love myself. Strip right down, look in the mirror. I mean, this goes with relationships too. I mean, do you remember the Will Smith show? I can't remember what that sitcom was where they got locked in a closet or something, and his girlfriend's ripping off her eyelashes and all these butt enhancers and push up whatever and false lashes and hair add-ons and whatever. I mean, I think it's nice to know the real person as they are. Yeah, we're all going to dress up and we're going to play with our theater. I mean, yeah, I want to put purple in my hair because I want it to match my house, and I think it'll be fun, but I'm doing that for myself. And because it will make me feel happy and fun in a moment that I already have the dye. I've had it for a while. Yeah, the thing is, the things you do is for your own fun. You know, I bought some mannequins and I bought some wigs and I bought them for myself too. I may play with those things, but I know the difference between my reality and my illusions and my goofing off and playing. I'm not trying to keep this facade up day after day after day. I mean, God, the maintenance of something like that in my situation of the water and all that would be really hard. And I commend those that keep up their maintenance like that. That's awesome. But I I'm different and practical in some ways. So you know, right at this moment in my life, it wouldn't make sense to spend time that way. I'm down in the future. It goes with levels also. I mean, I think it's better in a lifestyle business like this and everyday common people wanting to improve that the normal everyday-ish is appealing as opposed to making people think they have to do all this stuff in order to be on camera or make videos or do things that those expectations are too high. Yes, in the future. And remember too, when you do start making money in the future, you have to watch that your audience may drop, or you might have to change things if your lifestyle changes, or if you do start doing all that high maintenance stuff, you may not be attracting the same audience. There's lots of things to think about in this content creation thing. Because you know, the people you attract when you're yourself in the beginning, when you know, you don't have all those resources, whatever, you know, always remember as you're changing and maybe living a higher lifestyle or doing more high maintenance things in your body, physicality, whatever, you may have to change your strategy, I guess is the word, or your you may have to change like uh, your content themes and things like that because your audience will change. So there's a lot of things with this content thing to consider, but the more you're yourself, the easier it is. I mean, I find anything in life, you know, it takes time for people to get to know you, the real you, even in real life. And yeah, it's there's like a magnetism, you attract whatever. Just the more you're real with yourself, the more real it's going to be out there with others. And the more you will be an example of letting people just learn to be themselves. I mean, with this media, and I mean, it started long ago with fashion magazines and makeup and cosmetics and all this. It's all about making money, yeah, you know, and causing fears and anxieties in people and making them think they're not good enough so that they go out and buy this stuff. So going back to the mirror, stand in the mirror, strip down, get naked, get real with yourself, love yourself in the mirror for every flaw, every wrinkle, every roll or whatever it is. Once you get to that point where you just say, damn, I love myself. I love myself. And you know, that's apparent, that's the flesh, the skin, the body. And then when you love yourself from, your heart and your words and your thinking and your thoughts, are my thoughts good for me? What I think about, does that make me feel happy? And ask yourself, who am I trying to impress? Or why am I doing this? Am I doing this for because it'll make me feel good or happy or fulfilled? Or am I doing this to impress others? Or am I doing this because somebody else wants me to? Am I doing this because I don't want to upset someone? Whatever those reasonings are, always be real and honest, brutally honest, more brutally honest with yourself than anyone else. And yeah, that's when life gets super good. And don't be afraid to say the word no. And don't be afraid to say, I need to think about it. Or don't be afraid to just, be a little more kind to yourself as you would a stranger. And that's another thing, too. Strangers, perfect stranger is so much easier than yourself or others that you know very well, because after a while people take that for granted, or they start nitpicking everything or analyzing or comparing, or just don't worry. Just every day's a new day. That's another good one. If every day's a new day and the childlike eyes and wonder, it's pretty cool. I mean, it is nice to get to know someone and then know their beingness and build trust and know that you can, you know enough to value what they think. That, I can take some advice from this person and know how they live and what they're doing. And, even people who are living on lower incomes and things like that, that doesn't mean they don't have value. I mean, you can look at everything they're doing and see, like, the ones that might be pissing their life away, or just don't give a shit, or just keep making the same mistakes. And then there's others that, okay, they're living within their means, but they're making progress. They're really trying, and they're sure, they make a few mistakes, but it's in the attempt of trying to pursue and do something to improve their life. Yeah, there's lots of stuff to look at in your thinking, and you're weighing out who you're going to find as mentors and your levels of growing and learning. Yes, we could get very deep on some of these topics, but mostly, before anything else, is getting really deep with yourself. Like right now, this could be a diary video I'm having with myself right now. This could be. I mean, just doing this as it gets you deeper with your beingness, your soul. I don't know what you call it, but to be more truthful with yourself, to be more honest with yourself. And when you're more honest and truthful with yourself, then you can be more honest and truthful with the world around you. And whatever you do from inside becomes your whatever on the outside. So it really helps in many ways. Anyways, my hair is making me cold. It's chilly today. I'm not sure. I'm still weighing out this hair coloring thing. But yeah, have a great day, and stay warm and enjoy the sunshine. One good thing about the cold is we get sunshine. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have coffee and chill today. And I wish you the best day. I freaking love coffee. Nothing better than coffee. Yeah, so enjoy your coffee, enjoy your ponders, enjoy what you would like to accomplish, and think about your vision and work back from there. Yeah, I truly think coffee is my best friend, and then myself, and then it goes on from there. Um, I love coffee for the ponders and the grounding, like ground coffee beans, the grounding, and the zen, I guess, that comes with it. And then, I have a shirt I was wearing earlier today in this video. and it says coffee first, and then take on your day. Have a great day. Take on your day.